So, small business is, actually attracted me to this office, and one of the reasons that I ran for Lieutenant Governor was to really be an advocate for small business. And I've had the pleasure and to work with many people that are in this room, and while the governor's here, and my dad always said, if you don't have something good to say, don't say anything at all. Well, I can say that the staff that is involved and surrounding around the regulations and the issues that have to do with small business, I just think their work ethic is second to none. So I appreciate the fact that the governor has, kind of brought us together and allowed us to interact in a way with McKee and Liz and others. It's just impressive. So I think that gives us hope that we're going to move in the right direction. I couldn't, say a few words to the business community here without acknowledging that. Our theme of the office is Advance Rhode Island. And I've met with many people that are in this room here talking about ways that we can do that, either through the executive order that the governor signed in terms of regionalization, municipalities, working with the cities and towns and the mayors and the municipal leaders that I've worked with for 12 years as I was mayor, and talking about things, including what was brought up today, which was moving from a 3-year property revaluation cycle to a 5-year revaluation cycle, which is going to save taxpayers in the state about well over $1 million a year. And Connecticut's on a 5-year. And then when we were talking to Massachusetts about the tax appeal board that they have, that's one central tax appeal board. And as a business owner that worked on a tax appeal on our building that we had in Woonsocket, it took us 10 years to get through. This tax appeal board in Massachusetts actually brings you through within 24 months. And it eliminates the local tax appeal boards, which is regionalization. So we're going to be working on that as one of the particular things. The other things is that we've convened businesses now a couple times with the governor's staff to talk about how we can earn an A. And it can happen through a lot of big ideas and small ideas. And we've run the gamut in our office where we helped, for instance, they put a note, took out parking in front of 2 full blocks in Broad Street in Providence, and without really talking to the business owners and how that would actually impact the businesses. And we were able to work with the state DOT, with the bus company, with the city, and within 2 weeks, those lines were agreed that we were erased and put the parking back, and actually let 7 businesses survive that were going to go out of business. Small thing. Senator Pactus had 6 people in the beauty industry in our office this week, and along with a member of the governor's staff, Edward Gowden, and solved the problem. But yet, also, I understood that 30 regulated businesses were eliminated in the state through the governor's leadership and through the help of the General Assembly. And yet only one or two that was enough pushback to probably reverse that and move forward on that. So that's how you can work to make things happen. I can't leave here without telling you one quick anecdote, I guess, on the education issue. So during the hour that we've met here, if we hit Massachusetts levels and outcomes in our schools, the working families, union and non-union in the state of Rhode Island, would have earned $1 million. That's $40 million a month. It's as much as $2 billion a year. So we need to be careful about not stopping the innovations that are currently in place and that are helping us drive and show that we can hit Massachusetts levels, and we're showing that in schools that throughout the state, but we're also not showing it in many schools. And if you showed a blueprint of the by dot every district in Massachusetts, and that was a blue kind of a color, and then you put every dot for a Rhode Island school and district, and that was a red color, the wave of blue would far exceed on every single measurement on low income, non-low income, white, black, Hispanic, and every single measurement that you could make. I don't know an area that actually could add $1 million during a working day, an hour, $8 million a day. Other than that, and we need to be diligent about moving that forward. Last thing I would say on the energy issue, through working again with the governor's staff and through the people at the Division of Public Utilities, they're going to launch a website that every business person in this room should be aware of, and any residential person that's paying an electric bill in the state of Rhode Island. A website's going to be launched through our insistence, but also through the cooperation of Tom Ahern and his staff at the division. That's going to put up, just like Pennsylvania, which drove them almost to 40% of the resident ratepayers in Pennsylvania take advantage of the competition, because there are ways that you can use the competition in a way that actually makes sense. We're hovering around somewhere between 7 and 8%. 8 and 10 small businesses don't take advantage of it. Now you have a very simple way. Go online, put in your kilowatts that you burn in a month, and it'll show a list of 8 to 10 companies that actually have been able to pre-purchase their energy, and it allows you to determine exactly what you're going to save. Last year, we were prepared for every point. It probably would have saved ratepayers in the state of Rhode Island $500,000. So this year, it'll be a little less because there wasn't, year over year on 2014 to 2016, there's still a 20% amount that we're paying more on the utilities, and we're 48th in the country right now, and that's why hearing the governor and hearing the speakers talk about capacity, it is about capacity, but it's also using the tools that you have currently in your hands right now to take advantage of the things that the General Assembly put in place 17 years ago with the deregulation and pushing forward competition, and empowering the Public Utility Commission to represent us as ratepayers and not necessarily just the shareholders from National Grid. So there's a lot to be working on. I think Congressman McKee, who I knew back then, shot some basketball with him and at our business up in Woonsocket, and now is the president of this group. I am visiting each and every university. The general office has had a nice lunch at Johnston and Wales in their kitchen, and I've been meeting with every university right now, and I'll be at Bryant University, I think, sometime next week, to meet with the entrepreneurs that actually come to Rhode Island, live in Rhode Island, come from Rhode Island, from around the world, and we need to ask them to stay. Just plain and simple. We need to ask them to stay. We need to ask them, give them reasons why to stay, like the work that's being done here, and also ask them why, what they need to stay, but we need to ask them to stay. Thank you so much, Mark, for your leadership.